All right, shalom, shalom. First off, I'm going to give all praises, glory, honor, and power that's due unto Yahweh. Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Rechaha Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles at Great Millstone, those who rule well and who I learned this truth from. Salutations to you, brothers, stiffly pushing this one truth in all sincerity and diligence, risking your lives and freedoms to do so. And shalom to the rest of the one-third remnant, men, women, and children of the nation of Yasharallah, as well as the speckled bird, as we await this second Exodus that's coming quickly by the hands of the Ottawa Hamashiach Yahweh Shah. This is your brother Rechagabar, all right? And you see by the title of this lesson, man, as of March 1st, all right, which was last Wednesday, more than 41 million people over here in the U.S. have taken a nice chop to their EBT food stamps, all right? As of last Wednesday, man, they SNAP/EBT, all right, pretty much went out and cut back on all of those benefits that they was, that they had increased to because of the pandemic. All right, so now you got it to where the average, EBT recipient, all right, is now getting, around $90 less than they previously were. Okay. And then you got this article that comes out a day ago, and it's entitled, "The U.S. is racing toward a looming hunger cliff. Food insecurity experts warn," man. And then this is one of them things that, dealing with the famine, the war, the blackouts, the civil unrest. This is one of them things, man, that, where we are constantly warning the people about these various things. And whenever, it doesn't immediately happen the very next day, people get complacent, right? People enter into that complacent mind frame, and they get comfortable as though things have returned back to pre-March 2020 levels, man. But as we were telling you in these various, these various analysts and experts, all right, we're already warning you that things weren't going to return back to normal. All right. So we are still living in them times, man, to where in a famine, a global famine and food shortages, okay, are going to cause the deaths of millions and millions of people. All right. We're living in them times, man. It says the U.S. is racing toward a looming hunger cliff. Food insecurity experts warn. All right. And I'm going to read a little bit of this article. It says in 2022, 1 in 8 Americans, or more than 41 million people, receive benefits from the SNAP. Over the last 3 years, these benefits have essentially been supercharged, right? Because they increased them benefits because of the pandemic. It says in the early days of the pandemic, Congress pushed for the expansion as the nation faced tremendous uncertainty over both the economy and grocery supply chain. But let's look at when you look at the grocery supply chain, man, you understand that these major retail stores have continued closing up shop. All right. You can just type in, major retail store closures 2023, 2022 to 2023, man. You're going to see hundreds of store closures. And a lot of these big names like Walmart's, your Targets, your Best Buys, right? A lot of these big names are closing up, man, and for good. See, that's another one of them things. Just because you ain't out here, having to wear a mask every day, and that, the narrative is not being pushed down your throat at this exact moment. Look, man, the effects of the pandemic, all right, are largely in effect. Okay, it's brought about a change to this society, all right, and we haven't even seen the worst of it yet. All right. It says as of Wednesday, however, these expanded monthly benefits were officially cut by an average of $90 per recipient. See, and that's a lot of money, man. And, when you dealing with groceries and the inflation of these prices, all right, you need every dime you can get. But what? Scriptures told you in Revelation, the 6th chapter, how it is going to get to the point to where it's going to cost you a day's wage, man, to be able to get the staple foods. Your bread, your butter, your eggs, right? And those are the things that we are witnessing, man. Coming about, right? It says it's a development that pushes the country as a whole toward a looming hunger cliff, according to food insecurity experts. See? So all of these food insecurities, man, have not went anywhere, right? Because like um they was going into last year how the different food banks, these people go to these various food banks to get food. Well, those numbers, you had a lot of new people that was going to these food banks, man, to where they didn't have enough funding to provide all that food. Okay? So that's what an insecurity, man, a food insecurity, because now you don't know when, if, how you gonna be able to eat. Okay? So you got 41 million people who took a chop to that, they EBT stamps. And these things are only getting worse, man. 2023, man, hey, you can expect these things to continue escalating, right? All right, let me grab this preset real quick. This is 2 Ezra 16 and 21. It says, behold, victuals, which goes into your foods, your staple foods and, various things like that. It says, shall be so good cheap upon earth that they shall think themselves to be in a good case, right? Because what? Just like we read, over the last few years, they were giving out all these extra benefits and, trying to compensate for the pandemic. But now, now they took all those things away, right? Now they took all those benefits away, man, right? And so they're going to leave you high and dry in these times. It says that they shall think themselves to be in a good case. And even then shall evils grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. See, so famine is one of those main plagues that's growing on the earth, right? And it says in great confusion, man, because why? People, all right, again, when you go into Luke chapter 21, these people are, the nations are in distress and perplexed because of everything that's playing out right now, man, right? Because everything that's playing out right now, man, people are confused as hell. I believe you had another train that derailed in Ohio, right? I believe you had another train, man, that derailed in Ohio. Okay. Matter of fact, let me look that up right now real quick. All right. Just to make sure that's correct. You got a lot of weird stuff going on, man. So yeah, it says a second Norfolk Southern train derails in Ohio. And this was, I guess it was, about a day ago. See, another train derailment, right? So, I mean, man, now you got it to where they, it say another Norfolk Southern train derails in Ohio. Railroad says no toxins aboard. See, and then, Esau releasing these different pestilences, man. I thought these people out here mutating. Okay. But yeah, man, you got a lot of shit going on. And that's why these people are getting confused. Because it's like, when the hell was you hearing so heavy about all these train derailments, right? Food factories exploding, right? Earthquakes killing 40,000 plus people. Okay. Russia activating a nuclear submarine, these various missiles, right? Because we're in them times, man. Okay. It says, sorry, which I pretty much went over that. But that's pretty much the point. It says every household in those states will receive at least $95 a month less. All right, you might be thinking, well, $95 a month, that's not a lot, but it's a lot, man, because when you deal with the people who getting snapped, and these EBT stamps, your elderly, a lot of Eves getting it, Jakes, you heathen, you got a lot of low income families that depend on this, man. Brothers growing up, I grew up on EBT. Brothers grow up on EBT, man. Hey, you need that, because when you factor in having to spend money on bills, rent, your car, your phone bills, and all those things, right? EBT came in because then you obviously, your parents, use that for food. But whenever you got to spend all your money on food and all those other things, man, it adds up quick. Every dollar count. But this is another one of them things, man, showing you that this famine is close. And it's going to bring about very chaotic times, man. Very chaotic. But that's pretty much the point. I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah Bashim Rakakadash. I'm going to say death to America, Kwame Yasharala, Wah Baba Ball. Shalom.